This episode of A Guide Reborn is brought to you by Netflix. For a free 30-day trial, head on over to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV and consider that first show on me. Hello, Internet. Magic Man here once again, bringing you A Guide Reborn, the official guide series for XIVNation.com. Now, previously I released one video that had all three primal fights in it. I wanted to bust it up a little bit just for easy reference for those of you that might need the fight strategies later, or for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with XIVNation.com. If you aren't, you should check it out. So for this one, we're going to take a gander at the Ifrit fight. This is around level 20 as part of your story quest. Now, this is a pretty forgiving fight as long as you pay attention to one key aspect of it, and you'll see that this particular party I'm with hasn't done it before, and so there are quite a few mistakes made, but we still manage to shake it out. Now, I'm going to be playing from the view of a thaumaturge/black mage, so I'll give you the DPS info, but I'll hit you with some tank and healing information as well. For some reason, this tank likes to keep dragging him all over the place. You don't need to do this. Tank, run in, pick Ifrit up, turn him around. Don't let him face the party. There we go. Why don't you want him to face the party? Well, you just saw. He's got a cone frontal fire attack that'll do some damage. If the tank can avoid it, fine. But really, the best strategy is run in, pick him up where he is, keep him facing away from the party, and just eat the damage. The healers should be able to carry you through it by this point. Other than that, Vulcan Burst that you just saw right there shouldn't be a problem for ranged, but if you're too close, it will hit you. It's a pulse AoE. If you're standing at max range, no big deal. It's not even going to hit you. And the last attack you have to worry about in the first phase is the exploding ground you just saw there to my left. If the ground underneath you starts to glow, finally the tank seems to be holding him still, so we'll back off. If the ground starts to glow underneath of you, get off it, just like you see Ogo right there getting off, and no, Ogo didn't quite make it in time. Get off of that, and if you are close enough to somebody that gets targeted with that, then you need to back off of it then as well. That's the fight for up to about 50%. At 50%, the key moment of the fight happens, and that's right here. Let's pause that. The Infernal Nail. Now, it used to have an older name, but that's all right. Now it's Infernal Nail. When this spawns, all DPS needs to leave Ifrit and burn the nail down. If you don't burn the nail, this will wipe your party. Ifrit will do an AoE attack once and claim the nail, and boom, doesn't matter. You can't blame the healer, you can't blame the tank, it's the DPS's fault. You gotta burn this down. And heals, if things are going smooth and you want to throw a couple spells out there, give it a few arrows, a few stones, go for it. Any DPS you can get on this helps. Get this thing burned down. Now let's start this back up again. Now, as you can see in this particular fight, initially I am the only one on the nail. Now, I am being level synced down for this one, so I do have some stats that maybe aren't quite level appropriate for this, but that's okay. We're going to try and burn this nail down. Hurry, hurry, hurry. We do get this, but it's very, very close. A lot closer than it needed to be. Ifrit jumps up in the air, comes flying down. If you haven't killed the nail at that point, this attack will kill you. This is really the only moment, healers, you really need to be prepared for, because that's going to take a substantial portion of health. If you've got the nail down, it's going to hit you for about 50% of your HP, so you'll have to top everybody off at that point. Now, the remainder of the fight is dodging the AoE circles that you've already dodged and these new ones that spawn in clusters, and they're odd little patterns, stars, circles, like around the perimeter like that. You can dodge them very easily. Don't get caught in them. It's just extra damage that the healer doesn't need to be healing you for, guys. And really, in this particular fight, there's there's not a good point to use the limit break. There's no real huge damage mitigation that's going to require the tank use their limit break, and the healer shouldn't get in too much trouble to need that limit break. So feel free to have your melee or range DPS use it to burn Ifrit once you get down to this part of the fight, and it's almost off. Like, I'm going to burn it right here. Well, this is the guide for Ifrit. We're going to do another Titan one and another Garuda one, but if you want to check out the full video that has all three, you can check that out right on this channel, or head on over to xivnation.com. Check out all the other great content we've got there, including the podcast, the U-Report feature, and our featured producer section right on our homepage, the fastest growing XIV community nation on the web. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, gang, this is Magic Man saying stay safe, and we'll see you out on the servers.